I would say probably one of the most pressing needs that we have, especially in the United States, is, the lack of support for new mothers. I honestly don't think we really have any idea what effective support looks like, and we leave our moms to just fend for themselves. I'm very excited to see the sort of growth of mothers kind of doing it themselves with sort of online, sources of support and help. But sometimes you actually need in person too. You need somebody to kind of come in and, help load your dishwasher and, put a pot of soup on it. And I get very concerned at our moms feeling like they have to do it all. And they do it all from the minute they get home from the hospital. I think actually we could prevent a lot of problems if we could get in there that first week or two and support moms better. I know Sally Weber, who wrote that wonderful doula book, The Gentle Art of Newborn Family Care. I mean, she talks very explicitly about this, and you can just see from the stories that she tells what kinds of things that she's able to accomplish just by supporting families. And so again, I think that's probably, if I were going to say anything, I'd say that's probably the most pressing need that we have. Is just the, needing support, and unfortunately moms somehow don't even think that they deserve that level of support. We have this sort of weird idea that moms need to come home from the hospital and just walk right back into their life like nothing happened, and it's kind of crazy. And I think actually we're paying for that in higher rates of depression, and higher rates of breastfeeding problems. Our initiation rate is great right now. We've actually met our 2020 goals. But where we're losing moms is in that first couple of weeks afterwards. And I think, again, it really has to do with that lack of support. So I think that's probably going to be the next thing we really need to focus on, is how once the mom, sort of leaves the hospital. I mean, I think we also need to probably do something about, reducing the number of women who have traumatic births. But then after they sort of get back into the community, what can we do to help them sort of ease into this transition? Because I don't think it needs to be this hard. And right now it's really hard. Yeah, well, and I think actually that's an absolutely huge issue, the family leave issue. And again, we have this idea that somehow mothers should be kind of back at full tilt at 6 weeks postpartum. And that's actually absurd in a lot of other parts of the world. They actually can't believe that we do this to our moms. I can't in some ways believe it either. But some of it is our culture that says, yeah, that's what you have to do. And moms think, yeah, that's what I've got to do. And they don't realize if you even just go up north, to Canada, that those moms a lot of times have as much as 6 months leave, and that's a much more sort of reasonable kind of schedule, because we're asking moms to do a lot, and especially if they're jumping back in full time. 6 weeks postpartum is not very long, and I was just reading about, moms talking about, they've got these little adapters now for breast pumps that you can, pump your breast while you drive, and it's like, wow. I mean, okay, I'm all for multitasking, but, somebody was saying to me recently too, they said, what if she gets into an accident? It's like, okay, well, let's not think that far ahead. But I mean, it just gives you an idea of how pressed for time I think moms feel. And again, I think it comes back to this sort of, lack of support, and this idea that mothers feel like they have to do it all and sort of be on top of it. We had a whole rash of killings a few years ago, or, of infant deaths where, exhausted moms left babies in the car because they, thought they dropped them off, because they were so sleep deprived. I remember there were several cases like that came in a pretty short amount of time, and that's just tragic. And so again, I think it speaks again to that sort of lack of support, and I would definitely tie the family leave in there as well. Yeah, I think it's a really important factor in this.